Public House. Welcome to the Mike Brey Radio Show. The Mike Brey Radio Show, presented by the experts at TireRack.com, and also brought to you by Vivid Seats, First Source Bank, St. Joseph Health System, West Bend Insurance, Nissan, South Bend Orthopedics, IBEW Nika, and Papa John's. Also sponsoring tonight's show, LaGrange Country Dodge, Four Winds South Bend, Gulfstream Coach, and Troyer Carpets. Now let's go live to O'Rourke's Public House for the Mike Brey Radio Show with your host, Jack Nolan.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Mike Brey Radio Show, live from O'Rourke's Public House. Nice crowd on hand here tonight, believe it or not. I mean, the season flies by. This is show number 10.
This is 10 in a row.
10?
Yeah, 10 in a row.
10 straight weeks this year.
I want you to make sure you sip this first. I'm afraid some of our fans
really
are going to poison me. I just want to make sure you test it. We haven't won a whole lot of games
I don't know about
this year.
that one.
They towed my car 2 weeks ago. They could poison my stuff. It's not like we've won a lot of games. I'm just worrying. But 10 in a row, we've
and you
done
had
it again.
Perfect attendance. So
we'll
give you that award.
And we've had a great co-host, haven't we?
Outstanding.
We've had a fabulous co-host. Yes, we have.
It's the only positive of you getting hurt. You got a chance to do this.
Not next year.
We've got lots to talk about tonight.
Do.
And I guess since it's the last show of the year, it makes sense to me, and it's appropriate, that the Clemson game was a microcosm of your whole season. You lose a key player before the game, DJ Harvey, who had started every game. He's injured. It changes up your strategy a bit. Other guys have to step up, and you battle right down to the final seconds, and you can't close it out.
No, that has kind of been the story, hadn't it? And I was just kind of heartbroken for our guys because I thought they battled and put ourselves in position, and we just couldn't finish it. Again, give Clemson credit. Very good team, older team, and I thought some of their veteran guys made some old plays, and some of our young guys were a little young. But, you know, it's a neat group of kids who keep trying and keep working, and our numbers were a little different. But I thought when TJ banked the three in, I thought maybe the karma is changing a little bit when you bank a three but we just really couldn't finish it with enough good offensive possessions, which has been kind of our story. Again, overall, defensively, I think we're doing a good enough job. You know, we work on that end, but there's just so much pressure on our D because, you know, we score 61 or 62 points all the time. We don't get to 65 much. We've not seen 70 much, a fourth scorer. It's kind of been who we are now. In the midst of last night, I thought Dane Goodwin got into a pretty good flow offensively, and I'd love to see him finish in a better flow. I thought Jawan was moving like he was earlier in the year, and so if we can generate a little bit of that, and those two guys had not done that lately before this thing ends, that could be a positive for us.
You know, and TJ hits that three, so you're up 4 with 4 minutes left, and again, you're looking, can you close it out? And you made a lot of plays, but you only got one field goal. And Clemson had something you normally have that you haven't had this year, and Marquise Reed, a guy last night, it seemed every time, number 3 scorer in the league, every time they needed a basket, he went and got one. And you really, maybe Mooney to a degree, but he's getting double and triple team now, and you haven't had a wing or a guard who you've been consistently able to count on getting a hoop whenever you need it.
No, that is true, you know, and Reed is one of those veteran guards who does just go and get stuff, and he made every big shot last night. But that has been our struggle, you know, who can go get one at the right time. And again, Johnny's going to be on the show later. I mean, he's given us. I mean, we're you know, I'm afraid we're draining him. You know, I'm trying to just get him rest in between games because he's been fabulous and really been amazing for us. And you know, but last night we were kind of stuck with TJ, Dane, and Prentice having to play pretty much the whole game. And we kind of used our timeouts the last 12 minutes at times just to rest guys, you know, and the old-fashioned use of the timeout just to kind of rest guys a little bit. But we're going to be in that situation the rest of the year. Nick will not come back. He needs surgery. DJ Harvey's not coming back with this hamstring. He won't be back. So, you know, the 8 guys, and I count Liam as one of the 8. Now, Liam's got to be ready, and he did a good job in short minutes, but Liam may come off the bench and play some more minutes on Saturday and Tuesday.
And I'm really high on Chris Doherty. I think he's going to be a heck of a contributor for this team, but he hasn't played much. So in a sense, you're going into Saturday in the ACC tournament with 6 guys.
Yeah, we're back to the old 6 number again, like we were against Boston College. But you're right, Chris will play. We throw him in there to give Johnny a rest. And our guys are confident in Liam. And I thought it was neat that we could give him the start. I thought he lifted us, that he started, and the guys loved him. And our crowd was great. And our crowd has been so good to us this year. And we haven't won a whole lot for them back across the road there. But they have kind of really tried to help these young guys and support them. And I know I appreciate that.
Well, and I thought they were really good last night. For hopefully the only time in your career you can actually look around a little bit during the game. And, there were some empty seats. And is it midterms right now before the break, or are there some midterms now?
Yeah, it's midterm week right now. Spring break's coming up next week. And I thought it was amazing, actually, our crowd, too. 9 p.m. game
every
on a Wednesday,
you're struggling,
too.
9 p.m. Wednesday, easy to go. And I thought, understanding what the students are going through, we probably had about 1,000 students. And we probably had 4,500, 5,000 fans actually show up, which really, in this day and age, because everybody's having trouble with attendance. It's not like it was 10, 15, 20 years ago. They really were supportive, and they stayed right down to the end.
No, they were great. They were great. They've been great all year. And I want them to know I certainly appreciate it, because we've needed that, and just to have someone else to have our back, because we've kind of circled our own wagons now for a while. So now we're going to be away from our building the rest of the way, but we sure would like to play a little longer in Charlotte than just one day. And I'm going to tell our guys, not before the Pitt game, we got to finish. I said, we're 8-4 in the ACC tournament since we joined the league. We've been pretty good in the tournament. The last time the tournament was in North Carolina, we won it in Greensboro. So I'd love to see our guys see if we could just extend our season down there and see if we could make it interesting. In the meantime, we got a tough game. Pittsburgh and us are in the same boat. Like, we're both scratching and clawing and young guys and trying to figure it out. And it's going to be a hard game for us over there. Pitt is really in the same boat, searching for some answers.
And they've starved a little more. They've lost 12 in a row, but they have wins over Florida State and Louisville. So they obviously have the capability of beating a good team.
They do. They've got, those are 2 great wins there. And the Peterson Center is a heck of a tough place to play traditionally for us. So, we'll take the bodies we have and head to Pittsburgh tomorrow, wake up and play and go for it, and then come back home and do some laundry and head to Charlotte.
Rex, you know what it takes to try to get a team into a rhythm. And, the 10 assists, you were kind of the guy that was keeping everything together before you got hurt. Last night, 10th starting lineup of the year. Never remember that happening before. What did you like from what you saw last night? What little rays of hope for the casual fan that knows the team played hard, but, same old. What did you see last night that you didn't think was same old?
I just think that anyone who truly knows the game of basketball can see throughout this season just how much progress that this team has made. We've been battling injuries, fatigue, especially last night with everyone, like just having DJ out the day before, not realizing that's going to happen. People stepping up in big roles, especially Dane. I thought he played tremendously well. And then John Mooney, you can't say enough about this kid. This man is going out there doing everything he possibly can. And a lot of people thought his game was limited to just scoring and rebounding. Now he's showing the playmaking abilities when he gets double team, triple team. And then our team started to realize that, and that's when the movement from our offense came. Got a lot of cuts open. He found the guys down low.
Career high 5 assists.
5 assists, I saw that. And then that was probably the biggest thing. Obviously, the 20 rebounds are amazing. But then I think it was him and TJ really set the tone in the beginning with their talk on defense as well, which I think was amazing because they were constantly communicating. Our bench was really into it. That was probably one of our best defensive rebounding games of the year. And I think that's why we really had a great shot at winning the game yesterday.
When Lou Holtz was here, everybody complained he didn't throw to the tight end. If there's been a complaint or Mike's teams don't defend well enough. Well, this team, among your best defensive teams ever, you've held most opponents in the mid to high 60s in this league, and that's not easy to do, especially when you're not getting the adrenaline from seeing the ball go in on the other end of the floor.
Yeah, that does take a little bit of discipline, and even our young guys have been able to concentrate, because obviously we have scoring droughts, and we're going back possessions in a row and having to guard, and we've done a pretty good job of that. How about next year we get worse on D and score 80? Can I make that trade
That's
right
okay.
now?
I like to say got it
right.
more.
You know, it was
the more times I can say got it,
you know, this group, again, you know, you got everybody back. Yeah. They do guard, and they do talk, and they've learned to play together defensively, and it's important to them. And, again, it's why we've had a chance in these, you know, in these games. You look up, and, I mean, you keeping people in the 60s, that's – that's pretty good, and we just can't generate it. We can't get.
And you're doing it without him, and he was your defensive stopper last year and earlier this year.
Yeah. I think Prentice is a very good on-the-ball defender. He's still learning how to play off-the-ball defense. Dane understands the game and has a chest and strength, and Nate has made progress. You know, he gets posted by older, stronger guys, but he's making progress, learning how to not foul and do different things. And Johnny Mooney's become a great defender too. He's stealing the ball. Johnny Mooney has become a great feel for the game basketball player, and he did not have that as a freshman and sophomore. Passing, how to help defensively, how to poke it away. He's getting crafty.
I'm not sure he had it in October and November.
You may be right, because he's getting crafty as a basketball player. He was always athletic and always played hard, but now he's crafty, and it's really neat to see, and it's a great story. It's a little bit what our program has been about, guys getting better. I sure hope he gets the most improved. The guy from Louisville and him are the two top candidates because he's very deserving of it, but it's a neat story.
When DJ went down earlier this week, because we used it on your TV show, yeah. I did the numbers. Last year, folks, you'll remember when we thought the injury bug was pooping on this team throughout the year. They lost 35 games from key guys, all folks who had started, and we thought that would never happen again. Well, through last night, this team, Carmody, Pfluger, Harvey, Durham, Jogo, and TJ Gibbs missed the game, the BC game that you won. They have missed 51 games, and that is awfully hard to come back.
It's really been weird. We've been on a 2-year run, and it's been different stuff. It's not like you can say, well, we've got an issue with a shoe because everybody has this injury or equipment or the floor, which we reviewed a lot of it this past offseason after last year. It's a little bit of different stuff. And I do think it's kind of a cycle in this sport. When we had the run of the ACC championship and the 2 Elite Eights, the only thing we dealt with, which cost us a second ACC championship, was Bonzie Colson spraining his ankle against Duke in Brooklyn, or we would have won that one.
And still played on it.
And still played. But, we went to the NCAA tournament and we beat Print, but we were hanging on for dear life. Yeah. And ever since then, we've swung back the other way. And I'm hoping we can work ourselves out of it in the offseason and trend back up to being pretty healthy. And you're always looking and going, what can you do different in strength training? What should we do in the offseason? We'll have a new trainer, obviously, and Skip Meyer is going to take an early retirement and gave us 40 years and just an unbelievable pro. But it also gives us an opportunity to do something a little different in that department, with who we hire there. So that's kind of interesting for us.
And I think you talk about missing all those games, and Rex. Rex was kind of a dirty work guy. Assist, you're always there at the end of the game to make that shot, but not huge numbers. But so I hired a researcher. His name's Russell Pfluger.
Oh my God!
And
my PR guy.
He delivered these numbers to me yesterday.
This guy.
That right now,
your agent,
my agent,
in the ACC, Rex's numbers when he went out, he would be 6th in the league in assists per game, 11 in steals per game, 19th in free throw percentage, 24th in three-point percentage, and he'd be number 37 in rebounding, in parentheses, ahead of Jack Salt. On this team, and I double-checked these, Rex ranks number 1 in assists, number 1 in three-point percentage, number 1 in free throw percentage, number 1 in steals, number 2 in rebounds, and number 11 in shots taken per 40 minutes. That's what you lost when he went down.
Well, one of the most frustrating things about our best win of the season against Purdue, who is a very, very good team and a high seed.
And you led them from beginning to end.
One of the very frustrating things is we felt we maybe found ourselves a little bit and found our rhythm that afternoon, and yet we lost him for the season. And never have I been more disappointed driving back from Indianapolis after a great win. because we knew we lost him, and we were kind of hitting the reset.
It was a quiet bus.
Yeah, it's just changed. It's changed it, and Juwan. So when you're in it as a coach, you ride it out, man, and you figure it out, and there's no excuses, and next guy up, and all of that. But I'm hoping we can swing back out of it and get on a couple-year run of guys feeling pretty good.
Now we talked about Liam, and Liam's still in the mix now and may have an even bigger role than starting. I thought it was neat when you practiced introductions at the shoot-around, though.
Well, I just wanted to make sure he knew what to do and who to chest bump and high five when he came out. So we rehearsed it a little bit on Friday. But I thought Liam, he lifted his teammates. We've been smacked a bunch, and when I made that comment when we got back from Louisville here, I said, hey, by the way, Liam is starting. That kind of picked our guys up a little bit. They really respect him. One of the reasons I loved having him around this year is he's an older guy who is a man. He handles his business, and we have all these young guys. I wanted another man in that locker room talking about man stuff. And we got all these 18-year-olds running around, and he's been really good, and, obviously our upperclassmen lead, but he's just kind of a unique guy. So it was neat to meet his family. He's a very good basketball player. And but now he is part of our 8-man rotation moving forward. He will come off the bench and play at Pittsburgh and in Charlotte on Tuesday.
It's going to be interesting. There's no question about that.
I trust him, to be honest. I've seen him in practice so much. I've played against him. This man is a Division I basketball player. So I have full confidence in him out there. It's just whether or not he's going to find that confidence in himself, and I think he will, especially when he gets down and gets a few stops on one of their good players. And I know once he gets going, he's going to be a real asset for our team.
And I guess to cross over sports, you've never had a Rudy. Some coaches will have a guy that the players like, but he's more a mascot than a player. You have legitimate tryouts, and if they can't play at a level to actually test your players, you're not going to waste time with them.
Yeah, we want, the guys
that be able to play.
Yeah, the guys that fill that role have to be able to play and be in our 5-on-5 and not deter from it, be competitive. Matt Gregory was, by the way, Matt Gregory's probably pissed because I never started him on senior night, but I started Liam anyways, But no, the guys we've had have been good basketball players, so if you get into a situation where your bodies are down, and they've been for 2 years, Liam is practicing 5-on-5 for 25 minutes. It's not 5-on-4. It's not glaring. As a matter of fact, he's athletic as heck. He rebounds the ball. He's kind of a pain to play against for our scholarship guys because he knows every practice is his game.
Your comments on Skip Meyer, because he's been a part of this program for so long, but even, Coach does a great job of relating to younger folks. Skip likes to talk about that he's getting old and cranky and whatnot, but what is your relationship like with him? Because unfortunately this year you've spent more time with Skip than you ever have before.
It's actually amazing. I've spent a lot of time with Skip throughout my 4 years, so I've actually grown to have a pretty great relationship with him. So I know all his ins and outs. I know all of his little things that kind of mess with him, and we always jab at each other back and forth, but I feel like there's a genuine love between each other, where I've been so thankful and blessed to have an opportunity to kind of be one of those last guys that he gets to work with going out of his 40-year career. And I just want to make sure that he goes out on a high note, that he remembers why he did this and that he got into this profession, not for the money, not for the accolades, but he did it to help the younger generation, help people be better, get better, and stay healthy. And he's really just been there for me all the time. We fight here and there about little things, but realistically, I love that guy.
I know when I first got here, we joked that he was the team psychologist. Because, sometimes after Digger got done with all of us, we all needed a psychologist of a certain way, shape, or form. And just the tributes he's getting on social media from all across the country as it's come out now, and I know you're going to honor him at the reunion next fall. So we'll be talking about Skip again. So much to talk about this week that the managers kind of got squeezed out of the TV show. We had him in the taping today. There's just so much stuff. So I would like you to talk a little bit about the 3 senior managers and how they've helped you, and maybe give us a little tidbit about their personality. Alex Baroni out of San Diego.
Alex Baroni, that's my guy. He's a SoCal guy. We love to play Fortnite with each other. We've actually grown to have a pretty good relationship as well. I try to make sure to let every single one of our managers know that what they're doing is really helpful to us, and we're really thankful for everything that they're doing, because they're sacrificing just as much time as we are during practices, traveling for games. They're giving up their senior year to be with us. So for when people look at managers, the senior managers are really a part of this team, and they deserve all the credit in the world, so I'm so thankful for them. But, Alex is just such a great personality, and I just know he's going to succeed in business wherever he does.
Nick DeLillo from Latham, New York.
Nick DeLillo, we became really close, or like close friends my freshman year because of his relationship with Elijah Burns, because they went to the same high school. So we've always had a pretty solid friendship, whether it was hanging out outside of school or certain things. So I never really saw him as a manager. I just saw him as a friend all the time who rebounded for me.
Tim Papernick, Lamont, Illinois.
Oh, you gotta love Timmy, man. He's baby Belichick. He looks like a little Bill Belichick, except for the only difference is that he's always smiling. So every single person on the team likes to call him Smiles. But the thing that he does always is because of his smiles, he always keeps up such a great personality. And I try to make sure I let these guys know after every single game. I try to find them as I'm heading out. I say thank you, because I know you could be studying for schoolwork, you could be hanging out with other friends, but instead you're here working for us. So really, to all of our senior managers and our current managers, thank you.
And you just did it on a forum that is available worldwide. So thank you, Rex. We have questions for both Coach and Rex. We'll get to those right after this first time out. The Mike Brey Radio Show, live from O'Rourke's Public House.
There are countless not very smart things you can do in your car. Painting your body green in support of Notre Dame basketball while driving. Painting your friend's body. Pretty much any kind of body painting while driving. But with TireRack.com, it's easy to be smart about your tires. Use our test results and consumer reviews to find the best tire for your car. Use our comparison tools to choose the right tires for you. Then have them shipped and installed fast. TireRack.com, official tire experts of Notre Dame basketball.
Join the gang at O'Rourke's Public House, located in Eddy Street Commons, directly across the street from the Notre Dame campus. With over 24 beers on draft and an extensive selection of menu items, they're sure you'll find something to your liking. Experience dining in one of the 5 different Irish-themed areas overlooking Notre Dame's beautiful campus. Whether you're catching up with an old friend, meeting or enjoying dinner with your family, O'Rourke's is the place to be. Visit them online at o'rourkespublichouse.com. Cheers to the Irish from O'Rourke's, the official home of the Mike Brey Radio Show.
Fighting Irish fans, don't miss your chance to experience the action live with tickets from Vivid Seats, the official ticket marketplace of the Fighting Irish. Visit vividseats.com/UND today to buy and sell tickets to any event. Home games, on the road, even sold out games, no problem. And every transaction is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee. Vivid Seats lets you see more and sit closer all season long. Support the Fighting Irish with tickets from the official ticket marketplace, Vivid Seats. Available now at vividseats.com/UND.
Life doesn't come with a financial roadmap. It does come with a lot of bumps and red lights. Steering clear of those doesn't have to be difficult. With First Source Bank's online money management tools, you can see all your financial accounts, balances, and transactions in one place. So you can easily set monthly budgets to help manage expenses and debt. Get the green light to a successful financial future with First Source's money management tools. First Source Bank, where better is better. Member FDIC.
At St. Joseph Health System, every hand held, every story told, every tear shed, smile shared, and spirit lifted stays in our hearts forever. We're blessed because every day we get to make a difference in people's lives. To learn more, visit sjmed.com. St. Joseph Health System. We are called to care for you.
We are back live on the Mike Brey Radio Show. Folks, experience the action live with tickets from Vivid Seats, the official ticket marketplace of the Fighting Irish. Visit vividseats.com/UND today to buy and sell your tickets. Vivid Seats helps you see more and sit closer all season long at vividseats.com/UND. I'm sure there's ACC tournament tickets on Vivid Seats as well. Doug Buell here as always. You have one of the youngest teams in the league this year, but next year you will have a well-seasoned team. How will next year's practices be different than when you have a new group of players?
Well, I mean, maybe they'll be more physical. I think they will be, because we'll have a summer of real strength training that we have to really emphasize. Starting shortly after the season ends, we don't give them much time off, and as a matter of fact, the next day most of them will be in the weight room on their own. Anyway. But it's a big summer of strength training, less running. Our strength coach and I, Tony Werlinski, have talked a lot the last month on what we really need to do. Durham, Leshevsky, Goodwin,
Tony's fired up about this.
Yeah, he is.
He wants to help fix this.
Yeah, he likes those young guys, and and they got a great work ethic. So we'll jump into that.
Rex, Brittany Dolsinski has a question for you. As an athletic trainer myself, daily I see the struggles athletes have through the rehab recovery process. What do you find the most challenging part of your rehab recovery?
That's a good question, actually, because I try to have fun with my rehab, actually. Like, everything I do, it's almost like a workout now. Everything I'm doing right now actually feels like if I was healthy, these are things I would be doing to strengthen my body anyways. So when I'm going about it, I think the hardest part is actually the mental about it, because you can't really look at it. If you're looking at it as, something that you need to do to recover from something that bad happened, then I don't think you're going to work out as hard as you're going to do it, and you're not going to do it as well. But if you're looking at it as actual workout and something that you're like happy to do, then you're going to be able to get over that hump a lot easier.
I'm hearing a trainer in the future,
coach.
Or maybe a coach.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, right there.
I think he's getting the coaching bug.
You starting to think about that a little bit after this year?
Maybe, yes.
Maybe, yeah. He's in huddles, he has been. But, I mean, just what you were giving me right now, I mean, I'm ready to go work out, and I don't do that much anymore.
I like to motivate.
Brandon List is here, Coach. How have the freshmen improved since the team began practicing?
Well, they're. I think there's different levels of improvement for each of them. I mean, I think of the freshmen, I think you could say Prentice Hub has made the biggest strides. And I think Nate and Dane have been a little bit up and down with it all, but we continue to play them and get them better and keep them confident and let them know that we're invested in them. Chris Doherty hasn't had much opportunity, but he is who he is. He's a bruising, physical, tough guy, and Robbie Carmody obviously has had to hit the pause button, but Robbie had brought some toughness to our team. He started the first 2 games and gave you kind of a toughness there. So
and probably played with that painful shoulder for about a month.
And even Durham is like a freshman, really. I mean, this is his first year really competing, and we'd like to get about 10, 12 more pounds on him in the off season. And there's a lot to work with there, but we got 2 more years with him, and he needs them.
Gary Rivers is here, as always, and Gary believes that good decision-making has been difficult for many of the players this year. Can you teach good decision-making?
Yeah, no, I think it comes with experience. Yeah, shot selection, especially decision-making with the ball in the last 4 or 5 minutes. We just haven't been very consistent there, but, it comes with playing more and having the reps and growing up. And you mentioned the Clemson guard, Reed, who is a 5th-year senior and 23 years old. He makes a lot of real good decisions because he's played a lot of basketball at 23 years old. And so our guys will be older, and they'll grow and get better at that.
What do you think, Rex?
No, definitely. I think that's honestly been one of our Achilles heels this year, is just not having that experience of being in certain situations like that. Obviously, I think the only person we can really attribute to that is who could have that is TJ. But, he's been dealing with all these external factors of, with the team and the pressure of taking over the team and everything. So I think I saw a lot of bright spots yesterday in the end of the game where people were actually taking over and wanting to have that confidence to take over. And that's what it really is. It's the confidence at the end of the games to understand that you can make the plays, and you just need to keep playing the same game that you are and not try to get too tight.
Well, I don't think 2 years ago you could have dished out 10 assists against Purdue. You're thinking, yeah, I could have, but how much easier was it before you got hurt than it was 2 years ago?
No, I agree. My confidence was at an all-time high right before I got hurt. And I think I was just going out there and I was flowing. I was just playing my game. I was playing basketball. I wasn't worrying about the little things that when I was younger, I was worrying about. And I see that in the freshmen. And that's why I try to tell them in the huddles. I was like, hey, don't think about anything. Just go play basketball. You're a great shooter. Shoot the ball. You're a great rebounder. Go rebound. You're a great shot blocker. Go block. You just need to play your game and know that you can do it.
I love the way he wouldn't agree with me that he couldn't give it 10 assists 2 years ago. He looked at me and goes, no.
Well, he's always had a great feel for the game, even though as a freshman he had trouble taking care of the ball. And then he became one of our best assist to turnover guys. Remember, he had a stretch 2 years ago where he went, was it like 6-7 games without a turnover? He played all these minutes. So he's really, the interesting thing about, TJ and Prentice are both in the top 10 of the ACC in assist to turnover. If he was healthy, we'd have 3 guys. We had 3 kind of quarterbacks that knew where the ball should go. Dane has grown in that area, but he's, it's not him as far as making those decisions. And you mentioned the Purdue game; he had 10 assists, and everybody kind of shared in it. So it's neat to think about that perimeter playing again together. Sometime they are all going to get to play again together and come back. Hub, Gibbs, and Pfluger.
Katie Williams is here, as always, right down front.
Yes, sir.
We've talked about Skip Meyer already, but she'd also like to know about how tough is the job of bringing in a new trainer after having the same trainer for 40 years.
Well, that will be different. 19 years, Skip has been the guy, and we had a great working relationship. But I look at it as an opportunity, too, for us to philosophically maybe change a little bit. We have that new facility and that new training room over there that has some very high-tech stuff. So we have a chance to really look and do something different in that area.
Are you able to open up a search anywhere?
Oh, no, we will. Oh, yeah, we will. And there are probably some people in the department that would be interested in the job, and we'd talk to them. But we need to look, far and wide and broad in this, too.
Rex, Gary Rivers has a question for you. My wife says you clean up real nice. Last night's game with the suit, very nice Wall Street executive. Zach and I were wondering, though, it looked like the pants were Under Armour.
They were Under Armour. I'm not going to lie, I don't have too many nice clothes out here. Well, I'm not saying Under Armour doesn't have nice clothes.
I was thinking Suzanne's the collegiate marketing manager. She's around every now and then. Maybe they could start getting into Under Armour dress clothes, where you could wear the suit coat and then just throw it off and go run.
That wouldn't be bad. We wouldn't. It would be a bad deal.
It did look good. He did look good. Oh, and you had the butterfly on for your mom, and I know, Gary, they wanted to pass the prayers along. I know I got an email from your dad the other day. Mom's doing well right now, right?
She's doing real well. She has 6 more chemo and radiation days, and she'll actually be completely finished by next Friday, and then we just got to do all the follow-up and see where she is at that. But right now her spirits are amazing.
All right, that is good to hear. We will be back with John Mooney up here right after this timeout. The Mike Brey Radio Show, live from O'Rourke's Public House.
Gulfstream Coach is looking for experienced people for the electrical and site-outs departments and will interview candidates on-site immediately from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., Monday through Friday. They offer steady production schedules at higher than industry pay rates. Gulfstream Coach is a family-owned business and offers amazing health insurance, attendance bonuses, and paid vacation time. Come see them today at 717 South Oakland Avenue in Napanee or visit GulfstreamCoach.com.
Escape to Four Winds Casino South Bend, featuring delectable dining such as award-winning Copper Rock Steakhouse and Kankakee Grill, where you can enjoy comfort foods with a modern twist. With daily food and drink specials, entertainment on weekends, 1,600 games, and a new poker room. You'll find just what you're looking for on your entertainment escape. Four Winds Casino South Bend. Dining, gaming, and fun. Visit fourwindscasino.com to learn more.
This is The Rich Eisen Show. The Rich Eisen Show.
From the Washington Redskins, Charlie Casserly here on the show. What'd you think of Lincoln Riley's comments?
My report is from 3 teams, or more, of what their impression was in a 15-minute interview. That's what I repeated. I'm not going to reveal the teams, nor am I going to reveal some specific things that were said. I'm giving you the summary of the overview.
This is The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays at 4 on the Sports Leader, 96.1 WSBT.
Go Irish! LaGrange Country Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram will sell all new vehicles at employee pricing plus the national ranking of the Irish. That's right. Pay only $5 over the employee pricing and you can drive a new car off the lot. LaGrange Country Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. 45 minutes east of South Bend at exit 121 on the toll road. Drive a little and save a lot. Check them out online at LaGrangeCountryDodge.com. That's LaGrangeCountryDodge.com. And go Irish!
restaurantoftheweek.com, where you can get half-price gift certificates to our Restaurant of the Week, which Today is Blackthorn Top Golf Swing Suite.
I'm not that big of a golfer. Do you have to golf to eat there? Like, that was the first question I had. Like, that was the most important thing.
Yeah.
We've got some beef brisket out there. We brought some of our wings, some sliders out there. And then my favorite is our flatbread pizza.
Blackthorn Top Golf Swing Suite. There you go. Better get to restaurantoftheweek.com.
It's gotta go fast.
Because they go quick.
Welcome back to the Mike Brey Radio Show, presented by our friends at TireRack.com. Please welcome to our show a gentleman we all certainly believe is the most improved player in the ACC, if not the country, John Mooney, this week alone. That's right. In 2 games, John Mooney scored 40 points against Louisville and Clemson, pulled down 33 rebounds, dished out 8 assists, blocked a shot, came up with 4 steals. He has 21 10-rebound games, 19 double-doubles, and his 13 double-doubles an ACC player, the most since a guy you may have heard of, Tim Duncan, had 15 back in 1997. Safe to say you're having a pretty good year. Did you see this coming?
I mean, I think so. I'm a pretty confident guy in myself, in my teammates and my coaches. I think the entire year they've kind of, since the injuries and stuff, looked up to me to kind of lead. And, the coaches and my teammates believe in me, so it's kind of just a matter of going out, put my work in. And, I think at the beginning of the year maybe my role changed a little bit with all the injuries. I think I'm fortunate enough to be able to kind of flourish with it.
People would call him a stretch 4. He was known for three-point shooting, could rebound, but did you envision this level of, in all honesty, some games, dominance by John?
This level, and I talked to him today at practice, this is amazingly impressive, this jump. We've had a lot of guys get better here. It's kind of been the hallmark of the program, but the jump that he has made, even since the foreign tour, and now, we had a big guy leave and Elijah, the deck kind of cleared for him a little bit, and we could play him longer and go to him more and make him a main guy. And he had good ball handling guys to play with that get him the ball in the right spots. And, now he's, the 2 things where he's made an unbelievable jump is decisions with the basketball, 5 assists last night. He's become a really good passer, and people are coming at him. And then defensively, he's gotten crafty. He's gotten craftier as a basketball player. That comes with experience. It just comes with, he's been in our situation right now. There's no frontline guy playing better than John Mooney in the whole country, not just the ACC. It's just, he's playing 37, 38 minutes. He's taken on these athletic front lines. 20 rebounds, are you kidding me, against Clemson's front line? I mean, it's really neat. The thing that, and I told him today personally, I wish we could be winning more because it would help him a little more right now. But he's all about leading, and he's had to lead in crisis, and because Rex is not out there on the floor as much. And I've been really proud of everything this guy's done. But you can't be surprised. He came in mature beyond his years. He focuses. He works. He's maybe one of the lowest maintenance players we've ever had. He is who he is. And he is that every day. And he does that off the court. He's a man. He was a man when he got here. And so he's playing like a man right now. So one thing I need to do is rest him between games because he gives everything he's got in the 35 minutes that he plays.
Where are you finding that? Because I think a couple weeks ago on your three-point shot, I could tell the legs were a little bit going. But now you've got it back again. Have you ever had to use this much energy and work as hard in the sport of basketball as you have had to do the last 2 months?
I don't think so, to be honest. No. Obviously, playing in the ACC, you're playing against some of the best players, some of the best big guys in the country. So you definitely have to, give it your all each and every game. But I think Skip and Coach T-Row have been tremendous for me. Just getting recovery when I need it, going in to see Skip in between games, and then working out with T-Row after practice and stuff like that. They're all about, getting us in the best position for us to go out and play. So you got to, thank them. But, yeah, like Coach said, I mean, getting rest and stuff like that is definitely vital, especially, towards the end of the year. But just going out and playing as hard as I possibly can is something that I pride myself on.
What are you most impressed with what you've seen John do? And again, you've had a different view, not one you necessarily needed or wanted, but one that enables you to really watch and examine his development even more closely during games than you would have had you been on the floor.
That's actually been one of the bright spots about my injuries is being able to watch Mooney or John develop. I always call him Mooney. Develop into the player that he is. Because it's just amazing. A lot of people, like on our team right now, a lot of people are getting opportunity. But this man is seizing it. Not only seizing it, but he's dominating it. And it's amazing, too, when he keeps going, he gets better at what he's already good at. And then he gets good at the things that he needs to get better at during the game. It's amazing because he'll come up to me and he asks, like, what do you see? And I'll tell him a little something. And he's like, oh, yeah, I got you. And then he will almost all of a sudden just do it. Like, it's like almost like he can do anything in the game of the basketball. And right now it's been really fun, and like Coach said, like obviously if we were winning more, he would get more attention, which we believe he deserves. But he is playing, if not the best basketball of any big man in the country right now.
Now, Coach may, suspend me or fine me for this, but there's been a few shows where we've talked about the foreign tour, and Coach has said you really weren't all that good in the foreign tour. And I looked at the numbers early in the season for you, first 3-4 games, the numbers are kind of What happened? When did the light go off? How did you took a huge jump in a very short period of time in terms of productivity, not skill set. We all knew you had it, but what was the trigger for this?
Right. I think I mentioned before the role changed a little bit. I think just one of the things you have to point out is, when I first came here, Coach Brey obviously gave me the opportunity to come to the school here and play, opportunity to learn. And then first couple years definitely got better, I thought. And then with the given situations that occurred, in the beginning of the year, Coach said my role was going to change. And I think, again, learning in that, I think Coach Humphrey has been tremendous, getting in there, working with him, and just being around a guy like that that has seen basketball, seen all levels. He obviously dominated the college game and then played really well, had a good professional career, so being around that has been very good for me. And then just my teammates, man, they're the ones getting me in the spots and stuff like that. Prentice, TJ, Rex was awesome, but just, finding me in my spots and stuff like that. So I think, you got to give them the credit too. So.
I mean, people are well aware that you knew Billy Donovan. You had signed with Florida. He went on to the NBA. You became open. He actually called Coach and said, I got this guy. Sounds good. And here you are. But when you visited, you still had to commit. He was one of the guys you visited with. What was that? Do you remember the first time the two of you met, and how did it go?
Yeah, so I think probably met one of the first times we played together. That's something that we always do here on our visits. Guys come and play with the guys on the main court. So that was something that's definitely memorable. He came up to me, very friendly. Obviously, it's Rex Faluger, so he's always smiling and stuff like that. I think pretty early on we became good friends. Just our relationship has grown since then. So he's been great for me. He's great for all the guys. So,
what was your first impression when you saw him play?
When he first played, man, he was all over the court. He had the size, he could shoot, and he was actually very mobile even in the high school days. And I think he's obviously increased that throughout his collegiate career. But it's funny too because on his visit he was just so quiet. Like we were trying to get him to talk. We're like, yo, talk to us. We want to know. Like you're obviously learning about us, but we want to learn about you too. We want to see what type of guy you are. But he was a really cool guy, just always kind of shy, and then. Right into the summer school, like once you started to get to know him, he opened up, had a great personality, and he's just an overall great guy. Comes from a great family, and it's just been awesome to have him as my teammate.
Great recruiting trip story. He comes, and Johnny said, we play. So they play Friday afternoon. He's not very good.
Terrible.
He was horrible.
Terrible.
And so I may have had somebody that saw a little bit of the pickup game, and we're going to Ruth Chris with the team for dinner, and I said, how was he? He said, Coach, he wasn't very good. I'm thinking, Billy Donovan, what are you calling me about this guy for? Now, but it gets better. So at dinner, he looks really upset, like he hates the place. And I'm thinking, he's not coming here. Look at him. He's miserable. He was miserable because how bad he played. He couldn't wait to play. We came back Saturday morning, now he's dunking on people, and the guy who saw Friday comes in and goes, okay, now I know what they're talking about. He was so mad, though, and that's kind of the drive the guy has, that he didn't play well Friday, that he couldn't even socialize with people, Friday night.
I like that.
I'm reading it like he hates it here. He probably wants to go back to Orlando. And he played great Saturday morning, and we were fortunate enough to get him. And it was interesting with him. He was off the circuit because Team Florida, the Nike Team Florida team, didn't play. So he committed early. He was a little bit of a mystery man. But I tell you what, he ain't a mystery man anymore.
No, absolutely not. And we'll be back with more with John, Rex, and Coach right after this timeout. The Mike Brey Radio Show, live from O'Rourke's Public House.
Remember the day you hit a fastball through the neighbor's picture window, bent a couple of Dad's golf clubs, and started a fire in the garage because your mother told you not to play with matches in the house? Well, it happens. But if you have a West Bend insurance policy covering the important things in your life, your worst day doesn't have to end up so bad after all, because the worst brings out our best. West Bend. To find out more, go to thesilverlining.com.
Babe, put your phone down.
Can't. I'm customizing a Nissan Rogue in our team colors for our chance to win it.
But real fans watch everything.
Okay, real fan. Who's winning?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll take the Rogue.
Enter the Nissan Own the Paint sweepstakes today at nissanusa.com/Rogue sweepstakes.
Get to Nissan, proud partner of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
No purchase necessary. To enter and for official rules, visit nissanusa.com/Rogue sweepstakes. Ends 3/31/19. Open to residents of the U.S. or D.C. except Alaska, 18 and older. Void where prohibited.
There's no doubt education costs have become overwhelming and continue to spike. Unless you choose to earn while you learn as an apprentice with the electrical workers of Local 153. Instead of spending $20,000 a year, often leaving school with a debt, you'll earn an annual package worth over $70,000 while you earn your associate's degree and the skills to be an IBEW electrician. Contact the South Bend Electrical Apprentice Training Center at JATC153.com and compare.
Ashley is an athlete who is always focused on scoring the next goal. But when unexpected injuries happen, Ashley knows where to go. SB Ortho Now Walk-In Clinic, an orthopedic care clinic with same-day walk-in care for breaks, sprains, and sports injuries. Located in South Bend Orthopedics office at Douglas Road and 23 in South Bend. And open noon to 7 Monday through Thursday and noon to 5 on Fridays. No appointment needed means Ashley can be seen right away. Learn more at sborthonow.com.
If your superpower is making pizza disappear, then you've got to try Papa John's new Italian Hero Pizza. Featuring a creamy Italian sauce covered with epic portions of pepperoni, salami, Roma tomatoes, onions, banana peppers, and topped with 4 delicious cheeses. It's like an Italian Hero sandwich on a pizza. Get a large Italian Hero Pizza for just $10. Download the app or order at papajohns.com. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's. Prices and participation may vary. Taxes, tip, and delivery fee extra.
We are back on the Mike Brey Radio Show, live from O'Rourke's Public House. Some more John Mooney superlatives. He's averaging 12.6 rebounds in conference play this season. That is number one among all major conference players in the country. He also is the only ACC player to record 3 games with 16 or more rebounds this season, and you did it against the Pikers. 20 against Clemson, 19 at North Carolina, 16 against NC State. It really has been remarkable.
It really has, and you know, it's interesting when coaches talk before the game, you always comment. I think it's every coach that I've talked to mentions his development and his improvement and how much Roy Williams the most, you know, because he's played pretty well against Carolina. But, you know, his parents are here tonight, too. We've got Kevin and Margaret are here, and they made the trip. They're up here hanging with us.
Thanks for coming up to our, you know, get that boring warm weather in Florida. Who needs that?
I probably should have said something earlier, but they're literally at every game. They come to all the away games. So
I reckon.
I can't thank you guys enough for everything. Love you guys. You're the best.
Yeah. Thank God he has his mother's athletic ability, right?
Now, have the two of you talked a little bit? Because another thing is you weren't a leader of the team necessarily when this season started. You certainly are now. The two of you gotten together about what you want to do in the offseason? Because I know Coach treats you like men. a lot of the summer is going to be on your shoulders. What are you going to do this summer together to get this team back to where you know it can be?
I think our mindsets right now are still just on the season. You know, that's the one thing that we want to keep focusing on, because as much as we can practice over the summer, this is the best practice we can get right now is real games, especially coming up in the senior night at Pitt and then ACC tournament. So I know definitely after the season we'll get together, all the captains, and especially with the coaches and everything, and we'll start discussing our plans. But I think we already have our mentality set of what we're going to go about this summer, and it's going to be a lot of hard work, but I think we're going to have a fun time going about it.
All right, Rex has already raised the fast break drill to new levels, so now Rex is going to fire the questions at Mr. Mooney.
You ready?
Let's go.
Let's get it. Favorite all-time movie?
Remember the Titans.
Great movie. Ooh. Favorite musical group or artist?
Zach Brown Band.
Who is your role model?
My parents.
Love that. Twitter or Instagram?
Instagram.
Out of all of the team, who is the most patriarchal figure out of everyone?
Patriarchal?
Yeah, like who is the biggest father on the team?
The father figure.
The father figure out of everyone.
We'll go Chris Doherty.
Wow, okay. Favorite thing to do when relaxing?
Play golf.
Favorite part of practice?
Go getting kills. Real competitive.
Love that. Best part of your game?
I would say rebounding.
City or place in the world you would like to visit?
Always want to go to Greece.
Ooh, Greece is
Santorini, Greece.
Which is better, a highlight film dunk, blocking a key shot, or grabbing a big rebound?
Got to go rebound. Got to go that.
That dunk against Florida State was pretty sexy. I'm not going to lie. One thing you always hear from Coach Brey in practice.
Who's going to be a man today?
That's a great one. Assistant
coach.
No.
Who's going to be a man other than you?
Yeah, that's very true, actually. Assistant coach who's most like Coach Brey.
Bolanos. No doubt.
Toughest place to play in the ACC?
At Duke.
Best nickname on the team and who has it?
Go P-Hub, Prentice.
Best player to room with on the road?
Nick Jogo.
You guys are like that, aren't you guys? Toughest Notre Dame player to guard?
Juwan Durham, just really long. Pause.
Best defender on the team?
You.
Thanks. Best sleeper on the team?
Robbie Carmody.
Best comedian on the team?
Prentice and Chris are neck and neck.
Chris got a little game?
Chris, oh, man.
Yeah, he's kind of like that awkward funny which we love. And then I was excited. The last question I want to see. Beard growing competition. Who wins? God. You or Coach Brey?
I mean,
look at
we got it.
He's the real deal.
Got it.
Doing it.
That's a country western fan right there.
All right, another great fast break in the books. We'll be back to talk Pittsburgh right after this timeout.
Gulfstream Coach is looking for experienced people for the electrical and slide-outs departments, and will interview candidates on-site immediately from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., Monday through Friday. They offer steady production schedules at higher than industry pay rates. Gulfstream Coach is a family-owned business and offers amazing health insurance, attendance bonuses, and paid vacation time. Come see them today at 717 South Oakland Avenue in Napanee, or visit GulfstreamCoach.com.
Nestled quietly among the quaint buildings of historic downtown New Carlisle, you'll find an authentic and unique place to dine. Moser's Austrian Cafe, known for their delicious Austrian and German classics, such as house-made schnitzel and strudel, as well as a multitude of imported wines and German beers. Moser's Austrian Cafe is the real deal. The truest of authentic and delicious dining experiences. Break away from the chaos of the city. Come explore the flavors of Austria. Explore Moser's Austrian Cafe.
Troyer Carpets, your family-owned local flooring retailer, is the proud partner of Shaw Floors, the industry leader in flooring products for more than 40 years. Troyer Carpets offers exceptional carpets, hardwood, laminate, tile, stone, waterproof vinyl products, and more. Check them out at TroyerCarpets.com and call for a free estimate today. Don't forget to visit their state-of-the-art showroom and 10,000 square foot warehouse in Goshen, filled with in-stock deals that you simply do not want to miss. Go blue and gold!
Go Irish! LaGrange Country Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram will sell all new vehicles at employee pricing plus the national ranking of the Irish. That's right. Pay only $5 over the employee pricing and you can drive a new car off the lot. LaGrange Country Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. 45 minutes east of South Bend at exit 121 on the toll road. Drive a little and save a lot. Check them out online at LaGrangeCountryDodge.com. That's LaGrangeCountryDodge.com. And go Irish!
restaurantoftheweek.com, where you can get half-price gift certificates to our Restaurant of the Week, which today is Blackthorn Top Golf Swing Suite.
I'm not that big of a golfer. Do you have to golf to eat there? Like, that was the first question I had. Like, that was the most important thing.
Yeah.
We've got some beef brisket out there. We brought some of our wings, some sliders out there, and then my favorite is our flatbread pizza.
Blackthorn Top Golf Swing Suite. There you go. Better get to restaurantoftheweek.com.
It's gotta go fast.
Because they go quick.
All right, Saturday, noon at Pittsburgh, last regular season game. I'm going to go right down the line. I'm going to start with you, put the pressure on you. What do you think the keys are Saturday?
I think it's just coming out and playing as hard as we possibly can. That's something that Coach has been emphasizing, is just emptying the tank each and every game. I think we're going to have to take care of the ball and definitely get on the glass like we did against Clemson. That's kind of been an Achilles heel for us over the ACC play, limiting offensive rebounds to the other team, and then just hitting shots and making big winning plays down the stretch.
Rex?
Basically what we did against Clemson, like he said, playing a hard defensive rebounding and limiting our turnovers.
Coach?
Yeah, I mean, I told him today, I said, what's keeping us in this thing all the time is how we guard. And when we rebound and keep people to one and done, which we did with Clemson, maybe we can get out and transition a little bit against Pittsburgh. It always helps to get off to a good offensive start. That helps us feel a little better on the road especially.
And this is happening more and more to you. You'll be coaching against a guy you coached as a player.
Helped recruit Jeff Capel and then coached him when I was at Duke, and really a bright young assistant and a good guy, a really good guy. You'd want your son to play for him, and they'll rebuild it quickly there. He works, and he got a great feel for it.
And this will make all of our fans very happy, but I'm reading more and more that they are saying he's being groomed for you know what.
Oh, would he? Yeah, he'd be good to go back there. That'd be a good one for him.
I'm talking about going back to Duke.
No.
We're not letting him go.
No.
Under no circumstances.
No. I'm a South Bend native, buddy. I'm a South Bend native. I'm just proud to be here. I'm not. No. I'm happy to be here. I'm hoping that. Hey, I'm 13 and 17. I hope they have me back next year. You know.
Well, I guarantee we will have him back for the final segment of this show right after this timeout.
There are countless not very smart things you can do in your car. Painting your body green in support of Notre Dame basketball while driving. Painting your friend's body. Pretty much any kind of body painting while driving. But with TireRack.com, it's easy to be smart about your tires. Use our test results and consumer reviews to find the best tire for your car. Use our comparison tools to choose the right tires for you. Then have them shipped and installed fast. TireRack.com, official tire experts of Notre Dame basketball.
Join the gang at O'Rourke's Public House, located in Eddy Street Commons, directly across the street from the Notre Dame campus. With over 24 beers on draft and an extensive selection of menu items, they're sure you'll find something to your liking. Experience dining in one of the 5 different Irish-themed areas overlooking Notre Dame's beautiful campus. Whether you're catching up with an old friend, meeting or enjoying dinner with your family, O'Rourke's is the place to be. Visit them online at o'rourkespublichouse.com. Cheers to the Irish from O'Rourke's, the official home of the Mike Brey Radio Show.
Want entertainment designed just for you? Then check out customizable streaming TV from Xfinity. It makes your life simple, easy, awesome.
Xfinity gives you customizable streaming TV options. Enjoy the most free shows anywhere on any device, and even access your streaming apps right on your TV with X1. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today to learn more. Restrictions apply.
Fighting Irish fans, don't miss your chance to experience the action live with tickets from Vivid Seats, the official ticket marketplace of the Fighting Irish. Visit vividseats.com/UND today to buy and sell tickets to any event. Home games, on the road, even sold out games, no problem. And every transaction is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee. Vivid Seats lets you see more and sit closer all season long. Support the Fighting Irish with tickets from the official ticket marketplace, Vivid Seats. Available now at vividseats.com/UND.
There's no doubt education costs have become overwhelming and continue to spike. Unless you choose to earn while you learn as an apprentice with the electrical workers of Local 153. Instead of spending $20,000 a year, often leaving school with a debt, you'll earn an annual package worth over $70,000 while you earn your associate's degree and the skills to be an IBEW electrician. Contact the South Bend Electrical Apprentice Training Center at JATC153.com and compare.
Welcome back to the Mike Brey Radio Show, which is brought to you by TireRack.com. Revolutionizing tire buying since 1979. You know they've got their game plan down. Their team of experts help you find, deliver, and install using a playbook full of their very own test results and consumer ratings and reviews that make buying a new set of tires as easy as a breakaway layup. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. After Pitt, you know you're going to Charlotte. Right now, we don't know who you're going to play. We don't even know when. If you win Saturday, you'll be in the 7 o'clock game. If you lose, they list it as 2. It'll be a 2:30 game.
Yep.
And there's a great likelihood that you're probably going to play regardless if you win or lose, either BC or Georgia Tech.
Yeah. You know, our repeat opponents, right? See them a third time. Obviously, with Boston College, you've beaten them, 14 straight times? And, you know.
I'd rather play Georgia Tech.
Yeah, I'd rather play Georgia Tech. And that was the last home game where we really – kind of finished and had it, you know, and they're tough to play against, great front line. So, yeah, we're going to God, it would be great to get some momentum Saturday and get a win on the road and then roll into Charlotte with a little bit of feel good because we haven't had that in a while.
And with the great success this team has had in the ACC tournament, it's different this year. You'll be playing on Tuesday. The crowd will be smaller. What do you want to get out of this for the team?
Yeah, I mean, like Coach said, I think starts Saturday. You got to play as hard as we can, and then translate that into the ACC tournament. And then, you know, I think we're just trying to get better, man. That's the bottom line. Heading in, we're confident that we can, you know, make a late push, and we're going to do everything we possibly can to make that happen.
Rex, you know what it takes to be successful in this tournament. How can you help the younger guys even during the game when they run into some situations? Because it might be a situation where you got to create your own energy. That's another interesting thing. If you're in that 2:30 game, it may not have the electricity that they're used to. How can you help them?
Usually it's in the game field when I kind of can see what's going on, and then I kind of interpret, and then I can just say words, and hopefully they can just get fired up off of that. But I think what I can do, especially during this game, is since I've been there a few times, I can try to get them ready before the game and try to make them get their mentals right because you're still playing in the ACC tournament. Yes, there's not going to be 20,000 fans in the stands, but you're still playing in one of the biggest and hardest tournaments in the country.
Gentlemen, it has been a pleasure. Coach, thank you.
Great. These guys were fabulous. How good are these guys? Huh?
Well, it's an honor to call your games, and I'm looking forward to calling, I'm hoping 3, 4, maybe 5 more. Folks, thank you for coming out each week. We, of course, will be back next season for the 20th season of the Mike Brey Radio Show. So until then, thanks so much for watching and listening, and go Irish.
The Mike Brey Radio Show, presented by the experts at TireRack.com, was brought to you by Vivid Seats, First Source Bank, St. Joseph Health System, West Bend Insurance, Nissan, South Bend Orthopedics, IBEW Nika, and Papa John's.